You are listening to the Outlaw Podcast with me, your host, Andrea Hall. I am a certified equine gestalt coach, speaker, 3-time author, and lawyer. I help women lawyers who are miserable in their career, struggling with mental and emotional health issues, wanting to have fun in their lives, and struggling to be selfish. After fulfilling my dream of being a criminal defense attorney and opening my own law practice right out of law school, I thought I had it all. While at the height of my career, my 18-month-old puppy died, and I thought, what am I killing myself for? Sometime later, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and my world turned upside down. It was in that moment I realized something had to change. This podcast is about sharing my journey with you about what is possible in your life outside the legal profession, stopping the adulting and being able to play as a child, inspiring you to dream again. Let the journey begin.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Outlaw. I'm your host, Andrea Hall. Life is like going to the gym. I'm not necessarily interested in going, yet I like the results. Does that sound familiar? Like, when I make that statement, what do you think? Life is like going to the gym. I'm not necessarily interested in going, yet I like the results. Is there anybody out there who really loves going to the gym? I think there's probably a few people. Maybe my brother-in-law is one of them. He's a bodybuilder and a personal trainer, and I think he truly does love going to the gym, yet the results are what is the deciding factor, I think, for him. And I haven't specifically had a conversation with him, yet I think I might sit down and talk to him about this because it's a fascinating question. Would he actually go and work out if it wasn't for the competition? The competition that he's looking to become a pro at bodybuilding in? And he might say yes. However, he might not go in the middle of the night or get up at the butt crack of dawn in order to go to the gym. He would choose maybe a different time or not go as consistently as he does. And I think that's because he's looking for the results, right? The reward. What is in it for him ultimately by going to the gym? And for me, some days can be a royal pain in the ass to get up and work out. And I do mean a pain in the ass. If you've listened to some of my previous episodes, I have had this injury, if you will, or the muscles being tightened in my glutes, and it's caused this tremendous pain in my ass, which has not then allowed me to work out. And Sammy Joe, as you can hear, my dog is in the background wanting to make all of this noise right now while I am doing this live. And so for me, like I said, this pain in the ass has kept me from getting on the treadmill for the last 2 weeks, even though I've really wanted to get back to working out, because I know that the longer I'm away from working out, the more difficult it's going to be to get back into that mindset and to continue to get back in that routine. It's funny how it's so easy to fall out of the routine, and it's so much more difficult to get into the routine. And it doesn't have to be the gym, right? It can be anything that you are looking at. And I just used the example of the gym. However, it could be anything. And another example is eating healthy, right? Who likes to eat healthy? Well, yes, it makes me feel better. Yes, I don't have tummy issues. Yes, I don't feel bloated. However, would I not love to eat pizza and tacos and drink margaritas and not gain weight and not feel miserable? Absolutely. Yet again, I'm interested in the results. Take your goals, your hopes, your dreams, you know? Is it always easy to stay on task? No. And it's not necessarily something that you're 100% interested in doing. There are definitely things in my business that I'm not necessarily interested in doing, yet it's the results. That's what I'm aching for, is the results. And if you can just stay with the results, it keeps you focused. What examples in your life can you think of that are very similar to the ones that I've talked about, whether it's the gym or eating healthy, where you don't necessarily like to do it, yet it's the results that you're interested in? Just take a moment and think about that. What are some of those things that you're not necessarily interested in, yet you really like the results? And then, wham, life gets in the way, right? And life gets in the way when we least expect it. It's never a convenient time for life to get in the way, right? Typically, things are going smoothly, you're going along just fine, and boom, the wheels fall off the bus, shit happens, things that we don't expect. I have an example last week. Somebody's here on business in Colorado, and they're speeding through a small little town. They get pulled over, they think it's a speeding ticket, and before they know it, they're getting cuffed and stuffed and taken to jail, and they're like, what's going on? I was here in Colorado on business, and now I'm being arrested. Well, come to find out, there was a ticket that wasn't paid, and as a result of that, their driving privileges in Colorado got suspended. Well, because they're not a Colorado resident, they didn't realize that there were certain things that they needed to do in order to reinstate their driving privileges in Colorado. So even though they were still legal to drive in a completely other state where they're licensed in, and there's no restriction on their driver's license, they unfortunately didn't have the legal ability to drive in Colorado. And so now, as a result of that, they spent time in jail. They had to find somebody to bail them out. They're now embarrassed. They're hiring me. And they were here on business, right? Never a convenient time for shit to hit the fan. So I'm just using that as an example to show that, stuff can easily happen when you least expect it. And sometimes it can be something very minor, and other times it's something that totally diverts you off of what you were really wanting to focus on. However, if you think about what the results are, and for me, it's not just the results, it's the why. Why do I want to go to the gym? Why do I want to eat healthy? Why do I want the goal? What is it about that dream or that desire that's going to keep me on track even though shit has happened, right? And that's ultimately what keeps you going for whatever it is that you said that you wanted, even if it is the gym. And so I want you to think about some of that, some of those things that I just mentioned. Like, do you really want to go to the gym? Not necessarily. Yet, what's your why behind it? Why do you want to have the career of your dreams? Why do you want to be a stay-at-home mom? Why do you want to open your own law practice? Why do you want to be the CEO of a company? Why do you want to have a good relationship with your significant other? your children. And when you're able to continue to stay focused on that why, when the wheels do fall off the bus, or when shit happens and life gets in the way, that's what's able to keep you going and keep you focused and keep that dream alive and that desire alive. And when I think about what keeps me going, it's that why, that passion, that desire, that burning feeling inside that keeps me focused on the end result. And when you're at the 99-yard line and life is getting in the way, you know that if your why is strong enough, you'll continue to push through. So I hope that this has been helpful and that you too can think of some of the things that you don't necessarily enjoy, yet it's the results you're looking for. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Outlaw.
Thanks for tuning into another episode of Outlaw. There is life after litigation. If anything I said in this episode resonates with you, call for a free exploratory session to see how I can help you. My horses will give you instantaneous feedback, unlike traditional talk therapy. You will shift your awareness into real time with the help of a horse. The horses are like lie detectors, flushing out limiting beliefs with a swish of their tail, a shift of their 1,200-pound body, or a simple unwillingness to move. Horses have a way of seeing into the window of our souls. Horses have been connected to humanity since the dawn of time. Their hearts can heal and mend our broken hearts. Simply standing in their presence can change our lives forever, putting the puzzle pieces back together and returning us to wholeness. Horses are restoring the parts of us that have been missing. You can call us at 970-682-4405 to set up your appointment today. Want to be inspired daily? See about our latest events or purchase a copy of my books? Go to our website at www.witherswhisper.com. That's www.witherswhisper.com. Or you can follow us on any social media venue at Withers Whisper. Until the next episode, listen to the whispers.